We have an absolutely hilarious story to talk about today where we have a Hollywood actor who was such an a-hole to these people that worked at this restaurant that he was banned from the restaurant, and then they completely destroyed him on social media. It was glorious. He played the victim and all of that type of nonsense. So we're going to be getting into this whole crazy story here and taking a look from the very beginning of the drama. Let's do just that, because this whole story is getting more and more crazy by the day. So like an entitled child, Star Trek star Zachary Quinto banned from restaurant, shamed in scathing social media posts, and he played Spock in Star Trek and all of that type of stuff, and they even gave him a little bit of a compliment for that, but then they completely roasted him, destroyed him. You know, it kind of makes sense that he would be a bit of an a-hole. I mean, his whole face is shaped kind of like a dick, so it kind of makes sense that he would act that way towards certain people. But let's go ahead and check this out and see what is going on. Toronto restaurant Manita blasted Star Trek actor Zachary Quinto for being a terrible customer on June 3rd and banned the star from dining with them in the future. Manita took to Instagram to put the actor's alleged behavior on blast and said they had no desire to see him at their establishment again. So we do have their post here on Instagram, so let's go ahead and read this. Zachary Quinto, an amazing Spock but a terrible customer, yelled at our staff like an entitled child after he didn't reply to 2 texts to inform him that his table was ready and refused to believe the empty tables in the dining room weren't available for him despite being politely informed they were spoken for. Typical ways of how restaurants work. I know that entitled little douche nozzles do not understand that because they are entitled and they think that they own the world and everyone should bow to their whims. But he got a little bit of a taste of reality today, and it is glorious stuff. Made our host cry and the rest of our brunch diners uncomfortable. Mr. Quinto, take your bad vibes somewhere else. We have many lovely celebrities joined us at Manita, but you are not one of them. Absolutely put on blast by this restaurant, and I love it. This is not the first time we've seen this happen either. This happened to James Corden a couple years ago, where he was such an a-hole to people at this restaurant that they banned him from their establishment. We've seen this happen a few times, and it's interesting how it continually happens to actors who are self-entitled, to think that they are the greatest people to ever walk the face of the planet. And we know that that is simply just not the case. So the restaurant publicly scolded the famous actor and went on to air more of their grievances against the star. So he talked about, making the people cry and all that type of stuff. Dude, this guy sounds like a piece of work, man. Manita staff has previously posted details of their interactions with Quinto on their Instagram story and went on to put it in their post, so allowing their comments to be viewed beyond the Instagram's story's 24-hour timer. This time they added a caption that dove further into the alleged interaction. To expand upon yesterday's story, with Zachary Quinto, this isn't the first time, nor will it be the last time an irate guest has taken their frustrations out on our staff. Can you imagine just being this much of an entitled, little petulant crybaby? That's exactly what this guy sounds like he is, but he's a Hollywood actor, so what do you expect? This is just kind of the norm for them. This is what they do. They just run around and they pretend that everyone else on the planet is a peasant except for them. Manita is deeply grateful for our most incredible, friendly, gracious guests who may give us a constructive feedback from time to time. The restaurant signed off with a sharp message. To all the other Zachary Quintos out there, on behalf of restaurant workers everywhere, we aren't above criticism, but we are above being demeaned. Quinto has yet to issue a public reply, and I'm very much looking forward to what he has to say. I'm sure he's going to say that he was in the right and that he was the victim in this whole situation, and that this is a very bad restaurant, guys. They didn't bow to all of my whims. And, well, we'll see how all that plays out. This drama could get absolutely insane. I hope that he responds so that the restaurant can respond. And let's get this into an absolutely crazy story. So with that being said, make sure that you leave a like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.